Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just through you to the good chairman of housing, wondering why the change was made from the alliance districts to any municipality.
Representative McGee.
Through you, Mr. Speaker. We realized that it carried a huge fiscal note. And so what we wanted to do was really take a look at what's currently being done in municipalities like Bridgeport, like Hartford, and other places where they are welcoming what we're calling teachers' corners. Through you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative Smith.
And does the current amendment as proposed also have a fiscal impact to the state? Through you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative McGee.
Through you, Mr. Speaker, it does not.
Representative Smith.
And would the municipalities have the right to do what's being proposed in this bill without this legislation? Through you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative McGee.
Through you, Mr. Speaker, if you don't mind, please repeat the question.
Representative Smith, would you please repeat the question?
Would the municipalities have the ability to do what's being called for under this bill without this legislation? Through you.
Representative McGee.
Through you, Mr. Speaker, no.
Representative Smith.
So I'm wondering why then a municipality would not be able to promote public and private partnerships, foster innovative financing opportunities. What's prohibiting the municipalities currently from doing that? Through you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative McGee.
Through you, Mr. Speaker, I'm not certain that anything is prohibiting any municipality from creating these opportunities to engage with teachers who are interested in moving in certain municipalities. However, it creates more of an opportunity, if you would, for municipalities to take advantage of concepts, models, et cetera, that's already being taken place in certain areas. And as the state, we look forward to many opportunities where we can create. And I hate that I'm using opportunity after opportunity, but it creates opportunities for us to engage, attract talent to areas throughout the state, in addition to addressing blighted property in many neighborhoods. And, you know, quite frankly, we know that most schools or school districts in certain areas lack the talent needed. And this is a great opportunity to take advantage of that. Through you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative Smith.
I thank the chairman for his answers, Mr. Speaker. I don't necessarily agree that this bill accomplishes that. I think the bill that we actually heard in committee that targeted certain districts and where we identified a need to encourage our teachers to go into our inner cities and incentivize them to provide housing so they would live there and learn and teach there and be role models to our students. I thought that was a good idea. I actually supported the bill in housing based on that idea. Today's bill seems to get away from that concept. It just says to municipalities, if you'd like to do this, you can do this, but without any real promotion behind it, any real reason behind it. Perhaps this should have been a study to look at how else we could have done it, even though we do too many studies. But I think the original concept was good. I supported the original concept. I'll listen to the debate and decide whether that we actually get there with this bill, but I think currently what's being proposed in this amendment, with all due respect, can currently be done by our towns and cities. So thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank the chairman for his answers.